In 2012, the Oklahoma City Thunder were on top of the basketball world. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, 3 future MVPs, all under 24, all on the same roster. They had just reached the NBA Finals after steamrolling through the Western Conference. This wasn't just a good team. This was a dynasty in the making. A small market franchise that drafted perfectly and was ready to dominate the next decade. But in the blink of an eye, it all collapsed. James Harden was traded. And with that trade, the future of the NBA changed forever. But what if they never made that deal? What if the Thunder kept James Harden? Let's start with what actually happened. In the 2011 to 2012 season, the Thunder had built something rare, a young, homegrown core that reached the finals ahead of schedule. Durant was already a scoring champion. Westbrook was becoming an elite guard. Harden was the ultimate glue guy, efficient, unselfish, and deadly off the bench. Together, they were electric. But after losing in 5 games to LeBron's Miami Heat, the organization faced a decision. Harden wanted a max contract extension, around $80 million over 5 years, but ownership, afraid of the luxury tax, hesitated. They offered slightly less. Harden didn't accept. And within days, they traded him to the Houston Rockets for Kevin Martin, rookie Jeremy Lamb, and 2 first-round picks. To save money, they broke up a finals team. Now let's imagine they didn't. Let's imagine the Thunder decide to keep Harden, pay the luxury tax, and ride it out. What happens next? In the 2012-13 season, Harden is 23rd. Durant and Westbrook are 24th. All 3 are entering their primes. With time, Harden likely becomes a starter or at least sees major minutes with the other 2 stars. This gives the Thunder a big 3 that's not just talented, but terrifying. 3 elite scorers who can create, shoot, and carry the offense. It's not hard to imagine OKC steamrolling the West for years. Teams wouldn't be able to double anyone. With proper staggering and development, they could have won multiple championships. Of course, the big question is chemistry. Could 3 ball-dominant players really share the floor and win? It's easy to assume the egos wouldn't work, but Harden at that point wasn't the isolation-heavy, step-back 3 version of himself yet. He was a high IQ, pass-first combo guard. Durant was a natural scorer who didn't need to dominate the ball. Westbrook, while explosive, was still learning how to lead. With better coaching and staggered lineups, there's a strong argument that it could have worked. Imagine always having at least 2 stars on the floor. Imagine crunch time with all 3. And then there's the butterfly effect. If the Thunder keep Harden, the entire NBA shifts. Harden never becomes the face of the Rockets, which means no 2018 near upset of the Warriors, no 60-win seasons, no isolation-heavy offense that changed the league. The Rockets stay mid. And then there's Durant. Does he still leave in 2016? If the Thunder have a ring, or even 2 by then, he might stay. And if Durant stays, the Warriors never form the super team. Maybe Steph wins less. Maybe LeBron wins more. The 2010s look completely different. Teams like the Clippers, the Blazers, the Spurs, all of them face a different gauntlet in the West. It doesn't stop there. Careers change. Harden may not win an MVP, but he might win titles. Westbrook may never average a triple-double, but he may have more playoff success. Durant's legacy isn't tied to Golden State rings. It's tied to loyalty and winning in a small market. The Thunder become a modern dynasty, a small market version of the Spurs. Think about what that means. Oklahoma City, of all places, dominating the league with drafted talent. No free agency manipulation, no super team building. Just development, sacrifice, and greatness. But of course, that's not what happened. Harden was traded. He went to Houston and became a superstar. He won MVP in 2018, led the league in scoring multiple times, and became one of the most polarizing offensive players in NBA history. Durant left OKC for Golden State in 2016, won 2 championships, and became a villain in the eyes of Thunder fans. Westbrook stayed loyal, but was ultimately left carrying the franchise alone. He became a triple-double machine, but never got close to a ring. All three players found success, but separately. So was it the right decision? Financially, maybe. The Thunder saved some money, but in terms of basketball legacy, in terms of what could have been, they may have made one of the worst trades in modern NBA history. Not just because they gave up a star, but because they gave up on a core that had the talent to dominate the league. They chose short-term savings over long-term greatness. And we lost something too. We lost a potential dynasty. We lost the chance to see 3 MVPs build something special from the ground up. No shortcuts, no collusion, just 3 drafted players chasing rings together. It was a rare basketball story, one the league may never see again. So when people ask, what if the Thunder never traded James Harden? The answer isn't simple. Maybe they win a title, maybe they win multiple, maybe the Warriors never become a dynasty, maybe the Rockets fade into irrelevance, maybe the entire NBA shifts. But now it's just a what if, a ghost of what could have been. The Thunder had a team for the ages. They just didn't keep it. 3 MVPs, 1 roster, 1 decision, gone forever.